Before I talk about this group dynamics and their behavior in the during the training program, what I would like to narrate one research paper, and in this research paper the title was how to identify CEOs in the class. It means that we have to identify during our training program where is the talent, and those who are talented, then definitely we have to understand that is the what type of the questions may arise and what type of the answers will satisfy them. Similarly, the another important point is that is it is like a kingdom. Whenever we are conducting a training program, it is like a kingdom. In the kingdom, when we talk about that is the what is there are different types of animals. Suppose there is a horse. So, the as I mentioned that is earlier also in earlier module, that is the horse strength is power, but its weakness is rotating retina. It means that is if you want to get the work from the horse, you have to put the flip before the eyes, and flip before the eyes means that is the direction, you give the direction. Similarly, you will find certain trainees, they are having the very high potential, but their performance is low, and if their performance is low, then in that case we have to give them direction. So, there might be the eyesightness, but there is may not be the vision. So, in that case what is important is provide the vision, and it both these narration it mentions that is the you have to tune up, trainer has to tune up, trainer has to be flexible according to the type of trainee, that is what type of the trainees are there in the classroom, and then in that by that particular methodology they have to find out that is what answers will satisfy them, what pedagogy will satisfy them, what methodology that will satisfy to them. Now, whenever we are talking about the understanding the training in groups and its dynamics. So, first we have to understand that is the what is the group. Now, whenever we are talking about the group means this is the structure, this is the group, and when we talk about the team. So, in this team you will find that is these members they are connected, there is a coordination and there is a synergy. So, this is group and this is team. So, when we talk about the formation of the group, then in the formation of the group we will find that is there is a forming is there first stage. So, trainees are there. So, all trainees they have joined there and the particular training program, and during that particular training program they are coming from the different organizations, different departments of that particular from the maybe the same organization. Then, but because every individual is having the different type of personality. So, there will be this forming will be having the storming. So, from forming there has to be the difference of opinions, there will be have the different choices, and as a result of which the storming will be there. The third stage from the group to team, when we talk about that will be the norming. So, all members they develop a norm in that particular group team or that particular participants, number of participants, they are going to develop a particular norm. As soon as they develop the norms, then they start performing, because already they know the what are the norms are there for the each other. So, they will be having the performing, and then finally, because every training program for a particular duration of time. So, as soon as training program will be over, so they will be going back to their workplace, and that is the adjourning. So, it is forming, storming, norming, performing and adjourning. Now, when we talk about this particular diagram, so here when we are connecting all these members each other, and that is the role of a trainer. So, role of a trainer, he has to understand what type of the personalities, what type of the group members are there, and then how to convert the group of the trainees into the team, and therefore, we can have the effective training. Now, for this purpose, we will go for the what are the different features of the training groups normally exist, and then how a trainer has to address the this particular type of the trainees. So, sometimes if the topic is such, so then there may be the age group will be very much difference, that is there might be from the 25 to 35 and other side might be between the 50 to 55, and therefore, there might be the trainees, those who are joining the training program, they are having a large variation of the age group and age differences there. Second is, that is about the qualifications. So, some of the trainees they may have the very high qualifications, and some of the trainees they may have the moderate qualification, and therefore, in that case there will be both the types of the participants in the particular training program. And the nature of experience, some of them might be coming from the manufacturing industries, some of them might be coming from the service industries, and therefore, in that case you will find that is there will be the difference into their the age, qualification, nature of experience, maybe the gender diversity is also there, and therefore, in that case we have to understand that is what type of the groups demographic variables are there, because as the demographics of the trainees will change, their needs will change. So, if you want to satisfy your trainees, we have to keep in mind their demographic background. The demographic dimensions, they contribute a lot to create a satisfaction amongst these trainees. So, if you are very clear, you are aware, you focus, you identify, and you understand that is there is a demographic, very different demographic variables are there, and then we have to find out that is how these demographic variables they are will be having the different expectation from the trainer, and trainer on the basis of their experience, age, qualification, gender has to tune up flexible to conduct his training program. So, elements of the group environments will be relationship among participants. Now, you see that is if a training group is there and the participants are more or less from the same age or same academic background, then definitely in that case there will be the relationship among the participants that will be cohesive, more friendly. But if there is a age difference, different gender, then definitely the group members they will follow certain norms and they will keep the respect for each other. Now, if they are from the same organization, then the nature of interaction will be different. So, if the training program is conducted in a particular organization, so then in that case you will find that is the nature of interaction is the understanding the functioning of the organization. So, therefore, there might be a cohesiveness to understand each other because they are working in the same organization. So, they might be supporting each other, the department, the synergy in the departments of the different sections that will be having the cohesiveness, right. Or if they are from the same organization, it is also possible that is they are having the difference of opinions because of their experience at the workplace. So, then that will be a tough time when their group is not supporting each other and group is having the very strong difference of opinions. Another important point is normally the training programs are organized and invited the trainees, and in those trainees, those who are, some of them are willing to join that particular training title, and therefore, they say that is yes, we want to go for this particular training. But in some organizations you will find that is they have been sent, they have been not asked, and just they have been sent, a letter will come one day, one fine morning, that is you are nominated for the training and you have to go for the training. The person who has voluntarily nominated himself will definitely having the more cohesiveness towards the training program, more high level of motivation he will have towards the attending that particular training program, and his participation will be different. And a trainee who is not voluntarily coming for the training program, who is forcefully has sent to attend that training program, then definitely in that case his level of motivation will be low, and if his level of motivation is low, then his participation in the training program will also low, and he may create the problems in the training program because he is not in a mood to learn, and he is having the strong opinion about his perceptions, and as a result of which he is not open to learn. So, he may create the problem in the training program. We have to also understand the general functioning of the group. Every group is having certain level, level 1, level 2, level 3. Level 3 is the highest level. Level 3 highest level is more interactive, more matured, more ready to learn, more acceptable, and all this. So, general functioning of the group, overall group is created. Immediately the experienced trainer will understand that is the what sort of the environment is there in this particular group, and then accordingly he will plan his training program. Each one has personal learning objectives and agenda. Now, here normally the standard group size for the training program is 25. So, if suppose we take a standard size training group. So, if these 25 persons, each personal will be having a different objective and agenda. If he is having the different objective and agenda, then it will be very difficult to fulfill everyone's objectives and agenda. However, then he will ask the question, try to learn to solve his problem. Many times people what they start asking questions for the problems which they are facing at the workplace, and then they want that is the answer or they should be satisfied, and then the another person says no, it is first my question, and then there might be the conflict in that particular training group. Sometimes because of the interests, because of the certain similarity, what they do, they make a group. Subgroups are made into the group. So, training group is there, but within that group 2-4 persons they find some common platform, and as a result of which they start working on that, and then they will have because of common interest they will form the subgroup in that particular group, and as a result of which either they will be supportive to the trainer or they may object to the trainer. It is about their perception, what perception they create for this particular training program. So, functional behavior refers to those actions and behavior of the participants, what will be the behavior of participants that assist in the task of the trainers and help in the promotion of the training process. So, if you get the very supportive group, the training process will be smooth. All the trainees, those who are very keen to learn, they trust in you, they believe that is what you are sharing, that is more realistic, practical, and will be helpful at their workplace, then definitely they will be more and more supportive, and they will do the task which will help them, that is how to proceed for this particular training program, and then a rapport will be developed between the trainee and trainees, and there will be smooth training program is there. So, therefore, then training process will be promoted. Now, I would like to take certain examples of the functional behavior in the training group. What are those functional behaviors are there? That is the willingness and ability to provide feedback. Now, what trainer does? he demonstrates particular training, and then he asks, that is the particular question he asks to just test whether the person has learned the concept or he has not learned the concept, or he may ask, that is the whatever he is trying to deliver, whether this is acceptable to the trainees or participants, or it is not acceptable to the trainees or participants, and therefore, their willingness and ability that can be judged from the feedback, what the feedback they provide. On basis of that, you can change. A trainer should be able to change. Suppose they talk about, that is, no, we want the certain examples of a particular industry. So, you may be able to answer those. If you are not able to answer, tell them, that is, no, I will refer this, you have raised an interesting question, I will refer this and I will come back to you tomorrow, next day I will come and share with you, or I will share with you on online, I will email you and your question is noted. So, therefore, because they also want the help, trainees also want the help, and therefore, they might have a particular typical question and they have come for the training program to search the answer for that particular question, because your topic or title of the training program is very much relevant to this particular problem. So, therefore, in that case they would like to see, that is, you are able to solve their problems. So, then in that case, that is their willingness and ability to provide the feedback that shows how much trainees involvement is there in the training program. Second one is interventions during a session on the presentation. So, whatever the interventions are there, then those interventions they have to see, maybe the structural interventions, maybe the procedural interventions, and those interventions during a session or presentation that will demonstrate how much involvement is there. Suppose you have given the case study, ask them to do the case analysis and then come forward and present the case. So, those who are interested, they will read the case study, they will do the analysis, and they will come forward with the presentation and their analysis and results and their recommendations. Now, this type of the interventions that becomes very much useful to understand whether the participants are involved or they are not involved. Third one is assisting the trainers in organizing training activities. Now, suppose you are conducting a business game and you ask them, okay, you have to play this particular game, and for this playing particular game you have to keep the balls here, you have to keep the peg here, you have to keep this particular part of the game here, and then in that case they are voluntarily they are coming forward. One has to be observer, and the one says that yes, I will be the observer, and then he is ready to give the comments, and then he is involved, he is giving his comments. So, all these interventions when we are using in a training program, and whatever the activities are going on, and they are able to provide that assistance in the training activities. So, it is not responsibility of the trainer only to conduct a training program. What a trainee does? Trainees, they are participating and helping the trainer in organizing the different activities. Maybe a small activity on the board, he has to conduct certain activity, and then they are helping in that fixing up the board and all. So, this shows that is there how much they are having the involvement in their training program. Giving support and encouragement to other participants. So, therefore, suppose a question is raised, discussion is going on, one participant has said something, then the other participant also give the support and encourage, that is the yes, you are saying right, I also observe the same thing. If this type of the behavior is there, that is the giving the support and encouragement to the other participants, then definitely in that case that will be very supportive for that conducting training program, and the trainer and trainees both will be active in that particular process. Next is helping in maintaining discipline in the group. Yeah, this is very important. If you find that is the group is not disciplined, then in that case that will give you that particular support, that is the what you are have asked to them, and then they are following it. So, therefore, they are not saying no, they are not showing reluctance, they are not silent, they are active, and they are active as per the expectation, not beyond expectation. They are not overactive, they are active with the expectation, and if it is so, then definitely in that case they will be the maintaining the discipline in the group. Then completing assignments and the projects. Suppose any response sheet is given, survey is there, or the scale which I have used into the research methodology. You must have seen research in the training program in that module, that is the how the you have to give the them the scale, they have to respond to the scale, and if they respond properly, they do the scoring, then definitely we will say they are completing assignments and projects. Sometimes we give them the case study analysis and they are able to do the case study analysis. Sometimes we are asking them to be active in their participation, and they are active in their participation. So, if this type of the functional behavior is there, that is the completing the assignment and task, helping in maintaining the discipline in the group, giving support and encouragement, assisting the trainers in the organizing training activities, very important, interventions during a session or the presentation, and willingness and ability to provide the feedback. If this behavior is there, then we will say it is a functional behavior of the trainees. Now, very interesting the another part, and that talks about dysfunctional behavior in training group. That is, what is the dysfunctional behavior? Attempting to dominate the discussion, thereby blocking wider participation by members of a group, right. So, sometimes you will find there are certain people, they are dominant trainees in the training program, participants. So, what they are doing? They are dominating. They will show, I know, you do not know, right. So, you must be knowing that is the there are the different types of the participants. What they do? They come out, that is I know and I do not know. They will be participants, you know and you do not know. So, if the participants are of the opinion, I know, you do not know here. So, here you will find that is in that case there will not be the smooth training process, right. Now, if the participants are like this, that is the I do not know about that particular topic, but you also do not know. If it is there this perception, then in that case also there will not be a smooth training program. They will be I do not know and you know, then definitely it will be an effective training program. I know and you know. Now, here it can be effective training program, right, and then there can be the cohesiveness, or it can be a question mark also, because what he says I know is right and the you know, that is not right, or that is I know you know, both are having the proper understanding, then definitely this will work and that will be good. Now, this type of programs will be the good followers, this type of the programs good will be the active participants, and then they will be rational, they will be logical, they will be supporting, and therefore, this will be discarded and you will be having the smooth and the very nice experience in conducting the training program. Now, as far as communication is concerned, right. So, how to draw this window? Because if these windows are the equal size, right, then it may not be that particular effective communication. So, what is required for from a trainee's point of view? Trainee's point of view is required, that is the you are the expert. So, I do not know and you know, and therefore, in that case this window will be extended, right. So, learner has to come, that is the expert, he is having the more experience, more knowledge about this particular training program, but it depends on both ways, that is the trainer and trainee, they should be able to prove, that is the yes, they are here to learn and they are here to actually participate and discuss, and therefore, in that case you will find, that is the if an effective training group will be including the trainer, trainee and training process, that is they are having a good communication and the trainees are ready to learn, and then in that case you will find, that is the it will be an effective training program. So, therefore, if the person is this, they are blocking wider participation, that is the what it means, that he is coming to the I know you do not know, because if this type of the approach will be there, then definitely in discussion there will be the blocking wider participation by members of a group. Second is non participation in the training activities. Here you will find, that is you are keep on asking them the question, you are giving them assignments, you are asking them to do the projects, you are asking them to respond, and then they just one side response they do, and then you can understand as a trainer, that is no, this trainee is a naughty boy. He is not ready to learn, right. He is thinking that is no, this because it might be, as I mentioned, that is this is not that the trainee is non cooperative, it is because the trainee has been sent forcefully. Trainee was not interested to come for this particular training program, this particular title, and when this type of the mismatch is there, then definitely in that case the person will not be having the participation in the activities, because he is not ready to learn, and therefore, he will not be actively participating. Third will be a very interesting type, missing sessions, arriving late. So, therefore, it is a big question. Organization is sponsoring the training, spending the money, and trainee believes I know more, and what will be discussed in the session, oh that is not that is interesting, that is not new for me, and then in that case what he does, he starts missing the sessions, or sometimes they come to the place, maybe the training is at a very beautiful tourist place, and therefore, they will come to that city, and then they will not attend the training program, and they will be missing the sessions, and then definitely they will not be a regular trainee to attend a training program, or they may arrive late. Now you are worried. As a trainer you are worried, that is the oh this particular trainee is showing that this type of the behavior. So, therefore, what happens, that is the acceptance of the trainer sometimes that becomes difficult for the trainee, and then the trainee shows a different type of behavior. Sometimes manipulating the group for realizing personal agenda. So, because of his personal interest and vested interest, what he does, he will manipulate the group itself. he will create a mindset of the group members, that is no, this is not of use, in future this is not practical, this is theoretical, it will not be of any use, and like this. So, therefore, because his personal agenda is not to study, his personal agenda is to be happy, right. So, therefore, that might be the sometimes you may get this type of the trainees, those who will be manipulating these group for realizing personal agenda. Sometimes you may get the trainee promoting disagreement or discord in the group, right. So, therefore, they will, and if somebody objects something, that is no, this concept or this theory is not practically possible. So, then the this type of trainees they will start saying yes, I also agree with you that this concept will not work, right. So, there might be sometimes the group might be the dysfunctional behavior may show, and then the question arises, that is how to handle the these particular type of the dysfunctional activities. So, types of participants I will discuss with you and their priority. So, if it is a learner, the trainee has come to learn, then his priority will be personal and professional growth. So, he is very keen to learn because he wants to develop himself. He has come specially to learn something. He has not come here to identify whether the trainer is competent or not. He has come here that whatever he says, then what I can gain, what I can gain for me, that is he is a keen interest, and therefore, he is a keen learner, and his agenda is personal and professional growth. There will be the self seeker type of the participants. If the self seeker type of participants are there, then they will have the strong personal agenda and the motive, and therefore, they will not go with the group, right. They will be more asking questions about the problems which they are facing. So, they will asking the more questions related to the how to get the solution during the training program itself, what problem I am facing at my workplace. So, that those will be the self seeker. Third will be detached or disinterested. So, therefore, as I mentioned, that is they are forcefully sent, and they find that oh, this is not relevant, and anyhow they are not able to develop the interest because of their maybe the different agenda or situations. So, therefore, no interest and unwillingness will be there. There will be the socializer. So, what they will do when they will come into the training program and they find that different trainees are coming, they will develop the friendship with them and they cultivate the new friendships, interacting, talking to them, exchanging the cards, and keeping in contact with each other. So, there will be the socializers will be there, the participants. There will be the some participants who will be the tourist, that is visiting tourist spots. So, therefore, they will ask, that is the give us 2-3 hours, close the program early, so that we can go and visit the tourist place, and then we can see in this city, we have come first time this particular city, and therefore, they want to visit tourist place. Critic or the fault finder. So, during training program itself, they will start criticism or the fault finders and criticize the program. So, this type of the participants will be also there. Some type of participants are know all, that is the whatever the flaunt their status. So, they will say yeah, I know this thing, I know that thing, yeah, it is old, it is not new, tell me something new, oh no, this is not new, I know this. So, they know all. Hesitant or shy also. So, therefore, this type of the participants will be, they will be reluctant because they are showing the hesitance and shy. There might be the monopolist or the dominator, that is the then you have to control them and influence them. If they are the dominators and dominating the group, then as I mentioned, that is your strategy has, you have to understand their priority, and according to the priority you have to adopt the strategy, and strategy will be to control them, ask them no, do not do this, or you talk later. or during the break, right, and then by your knowledge you can influence them and let them realize that is yes, you are the right resource person for this training program. Now, we will take one by one. These are the participants on whom trainer can rely for support and help. If the learner is there, and then we can take them as a rely for the support and help. They can become catalysts in promoting the learning process, that whatever the learning process is there, they can be catalysts and they help us in bringing into the mainstream those who are either shy and disinterested in the activities. So, in the group, if the more learners are there, then what they will make the isolate the disinterested and those who are shy. So, then in that case especially disinterested, not for shy. For the shy people, then we have to encourage them, involve them with these learners and then ask them to participate more. But those who are disinterested, so they, if interested people are more, learners are more, so then disinterested people will be cornered, and therefore, in that case we can conduct the training program. They can be role model for the other participants, because they are learning, they are understanding, they are answering questions, they are raising questions. So, therefore, in that case they will be role model for this training program. Trainer can make them trusted allies. So, therefore, in the case the trainer requires some support from the trainees, right, to conduct a training program, their participation, support means their participation and they saying feedback. So, therefore, in that case the trainer can make them the trusted allies. Trainer cannot appear to be giving them special attention or favoring them. This is the very important. So, he should not be appear, that is the yes, he has identified some learners and they are the useful participants, rest of the participants are useless and therefore ignoring them and focusing on learners only, but this should not be done. He should not appear, that is he is giving more attention or favoring to the learners. Second is self seeker. Self seeker participants come with a strong personal agenda and motivates to the program. So, therefore, in that case the trainer need to be immense careful, very much careful in dealing with these elements. They generally have high self image, it is because they feel that I know, I am coming from the field. So, it is theoretical, nothing useful and not practical. So, therefore, they have their self image is very high and can become aggressive, and if you say no, the concept is like this only. So, they will say no and they will start discussion. So, they will be aggressive and scheming when they realize the possibility of getting exposed, and when they will find it is the when you will start talking theory, you will asking model, you will telling the definition of models, and then you will say no, in long run it does not work, what you are saying is short term. So, then they will what they will do, they as soon as they will feel that they are getting exposed, they will be aggressive and this scheming, they will start scheming. So, what to do in such cases? In such cases they will try to lobby for support from the participants. So, they will try to convince others ki no, we are right, you are the part of me, and then we are right, and then creating more problems. Trainer should handle them in a subtle and discreet manner using the group. So, therefore, trainer should not come like as a monitor, rather than he has to involve the group in solving this particular problem. So, therefore, those who are the learners and those who understand that is this particular person is creating problem, they should be able to more active, more participate, and this person will be less participate, and then as a result of which he will be dominated. If trainer find that they are persisting with their behavior and attitude, but in spite of all these tricks and techniques, if you find that is no, they are persisting, trainer have the option of having a one-on-one conversation with them, and then trainer has to talk to them, what is the problem with you, why you are doing so, right. So, but in that case you may come across a very logical reason, and then you are supposed to, as a trainer, you are supposed to solve that particular problem of that particular trainee. But if you find that is no, it is a personality, it is a type of personality to create the problem and think oneself, oh, I am the great, right. So, then in that case you have to talk to them and resolve them. So, first you can avoid them, you can accommodate them, right. You can try for the collaboration in the beginning, but if it does not work, then you have to compete, and competition means that is the having the terms and conditions, talking them what is the problem, right, and then you have to resolve by talking directly, one to one talk. So, if they are detached or disinterested participants are there in the training program, trainer cannot ignore these elements, trainer should attempt, because they are in the classroom. So, you cannot ignore them. So, what to do? Trainer should attempt to establish communication with them, get them involved slowly and slowly, showing attention to them, asking them, and then getting them, that is they are getting involved. Find out the reasons for their apathy, why they are not concerned, and make an effort to bring them into the program, and then getting involved into that particular program, training program, asking them questions, giving opportunity them to ask the questions, giving opportunity for the presentation if there any particular assignment or project is given, and then ask them come forward, and then they get involved into this particular training process. So, in that case, then effort can be made to involve them into the program. Some understanding and empathetic attitude, by understanding them and then having the empathetic attitude, may help them to come out of their misconceptions, and the misconception was that is no, this person or this particular training will not help me, right. So, that misperception you can remove, because when he is here sent by the organization must be having certain purpose. So, he has to learn. So, therefore, in that case we have to remove his misconception. Or social isolation, because he is disinterested, he is coming, sitting and going. So, therefore, he is disinterested, get him involved with the rest of the trainees, and that will be the social isolation, avoid the social isolation, and help them become active part of the group, and therefore, they should be brought into the mainstream group, and that discussion, that is whatever is going on, they should be able to talk about this. Then there will be the socializers. These participants regard their participation in the program as an opportunity to cultivate new relationships and make new friends. The role of a trainer is, trainer must recognize the social needs and even appreciate their efforts to establish healthy relationship with the participants, because training is the place where the people know each other of the same expertise area, and then they can help each other after the training program also. So, in that case, that is the trainer must recognize and appreciate their effort to be socialized. However, a trainer must remind them of their responsibility towards their organization and training them. So, but it does not mean that socialization means leaving the classroom and doing the chit chatting outside of the classroom. No, what you are supposed to do, you have to continue with these particular participants, and they let them have to understand that this is the place. Socialization is good, but they have to attend the training program also, and emphasize the need for taking active interest in training activities as well as enhance their learning. So, as I mentioned, that is they should be involved in the classroom and not outside of the classroom, their socialization process should be there. Now, this tourist means for these participants, the major attraction for their coming to program is not the training, but possibility of visiting today's spots. Okay, if it is in Mussoorie, so let us go to the Mussoorie. It is in Shimla, let us go training program in Shimla. So, okay, we will enjoy Shimla. So, they will go to these places, and then what will be the role of a trainer? Trainer must provide for some free time to the participants in their scheduling. There should be certain free time to the participants to pursue their personal activities or attend to their social engagements. So, if somebody has come to a particular city, he may have certain relatives, may have certain friends, he might be planning to visit certain places. So, in scheduling of the training program, this is to be kept in mind, that is they are attending the social program engagements. However, a trainer also should remind the group of participants responsibility towards their organization and commitment to the program, but it does not mean that is the most of them are going, most of them are not coming. So, therefore, what is required is let them understand that the importance of this training program also, that is the yes, this is your responsibility to attend this training program, because you have been sent by your organization and then you are having the commitment to the program. So, it should not be at the back seat, your priority should be the training program. With the training program you can have the tourism also. Critic or fault finder. These participants who have the compulsive urge, immediately they will come to criticize almost everything connected with the program, such as content, no, these contents are not rich, methodology was not proper, physical arrangements, no, room is not proper, trainer and so on, trainer is not competent. So, therefore, there will be the certain type of the trainees, those who will be the critic or the fault finder. What will be the role of a trainer? Trainer should attempt to handle such elements through the group. Trainer may suggest participants to be more positive in approach and should ask about their proposals to improve the training program. So, therefore, I will discuss with you, that is the how they can be the more positive in approach and how they should be asked to their proposals, right. So, when I talk about that is feedback. When we talk about the trainees, that is they have to come forward and they have to find out and share their problems, and therefore, in that case we can help them, and the role of a trainer will be, that is the critics is having certain problems, that is why he is criticizing, right. So, we have to try to resolve those problems, and then even if he is not satisfied, then in that case we have to understand that this is a person who has to be little bit corner. So, therefore, in that case we have to involve the participants, we have to involve the trainees, we have to understand that is the what type of these program, what type of the knowledge that the trainee has. Know all. These are the participants who are not inclined to accept the need for training and feel that they know almost everything that the training program intends to focus on. So, they say, oh, I am experienced one, I know all these things, what is new in that, tell me, but nothing new. So, what will be the role of a trainer? Trainer should bring into play the group to make the participants realize the folly of her irrational behavior, and you may again refer the group back to your earlier comments. So, therefore, you have to play the group to make the participants, that is the yes, that is the this person is doing the irrational behavior. So, in spite of the trainer says, the group should realize that is no, this question is irrelevant here. The other participant himself will say that is the no, this question is not relevant, right. So, therefore, what is important is that he will understand that is the what is required is that is no, I should not talk like this. So, you may again refer the group back to your earlier comments that regardless of one's status and experience, there is always something for everyone to take home. That we have to talk, that is there is a need, that is they can take something at their home by way of learning, irrespective of what status or experience they are having. If participants are willing to do that, a trainer will find no improvement in the demand for this behavior, have a dialogue with the concerned participants. And then, as I mentioned earlier also, that is by this way we have to, by the making the group will may isolate that particular person and make him realize that is no, this is not a relevant behavior, or in that case even if that there is no change in behavior, then the trainer he has to ask with the concerned participant. There may be a certain the participants, those who are hesitant or shy. So, role of a trainer will be, trainer should not leave them alone. right, they should be involved. It is not if somebody is not participating, you are ignoring that person. Besides, general persuasion to the participants to actively participants in all training activities. So, therefore, you can involve them into the active participation wherever necessary is there. Trainer should consider the possibility of meeting these participants as individuals or in a subgroup. So, there if the person is involved in meeting these participants or individuals, then definitely in that case you have to involve in the group and counsel them, talk to them, involve and asking them, that is the whatever is they are doing means they are not participating, they are feeling shy. So, are hesitant, do not feel shy, do not feel hesitant, talk to the other group members, and slowly they will be more interactive. Assure them of your support, and during this process of involvement and their engagement, and therefore minimizing their hesitance and their shyness. So, during this process the trainer should provide them the full support. If he provides the full support, then definitely they will be having the all this sort of the involvement, and slowly they will be active. Next is monopolist and dominator. These are the participants who have a strong urge to dominate or monopolize the time of the group, whether in an activity or in a discussion. So, whenever any discussion will start, any activity will start, what they will do? They will say, no, I will be the leader, I will dominate all, I will ask everybody not to do this, I will ask everybody to do this, right. So, therefore, they are showing the dominance behavior, and they show, yes, I am the best, right, no other one. The aim of this domination may be to demonstrate their knowledge, there is no, I am very much knowledgeable, and therefore, this is the opportunity. So, I should share my knowledge, or wisdom, or to seek attention from the trainer or other participants, or they want that is this trainer or other participants, they should recognize him, and then they should appreciate him, and they say, oh, he is a wonderful personality. So, therefore, in that case this type of behavior may be there of the some of the trainees. What will be the role of a trainer? During the first few sessions, when trainer raises issues of participation, group relationships, and the commitments of the participants, whatever is there is a group relationship that they have to see, and then if they find that is they are not having the proper group relationships, so because of their dominance, right. So, slowly the trainer's responsibility is to let them understand they are the part of the group, right. Otherwise, also nowadays we are developing leaderless groups. Leaderless groups means are those groups where everyone is the equally participant, and not any particular person is a leader. And the commitments of the participants that we have to see, that is they are highly committed. We can use the opportunity to caution the group about the presence of these elements in the group, and therefore, we have to say just by these slight comments, that is, oh, that person is there. So, now you have to also prove yourself, otherwise that person will not allow you, right, and therefore, in that case you will find that is these elements will be there in the group. This way a trainer alert the participants and also send message to these elements. They should refrain from behavior that could be considered and consistent with the interest of the program. So, therefore, in that case the role of the trainer will be, that is, a trainer alerts the participants and also send message, that is these element should not be given more than due advantage, more than due response, and then that behavior that should be considered, and the other participants there should be also a constant interest with the particular program, and therefore, these type of the dominators, they should be given the message that the other group members are also equally important, and then they will be going for this particular activity. The key elements in the group processes are, so in any group process you will find the key elements are the participants. Who are the participants? So in the training activities, that is the, if they are the participants active, then definitely that will make the training process more effective. Second important point is, that is a training program, designing the training program, how the training program has been designed, and if the training program is designed properly, then definitely in that case the sequence, the content, the study material, the delivery, then definitely in that case that will be an effective training program. Training team. So for this particular purpose you will find, that is, who are the members with you who are organizing this particular training, then that will also make a difference. In the group dynamics, another important aspect is training agency, that is the, who is the agency. It depends on the training agency, or that what we can say, that is the organizers of the training, that is who are the organizers, it depends on that also. And last is, that is the venue of the training program, that whatever the venue is there of the training program, that we have to see whether that is at the appropriate convenient place or not, and then in that case if the these elements are in the group process, that is the, who are the participants, what type of the training program is there, what are the contents of the training program, how is the delivery of the training program, what is the what is the training team is there, who are in the training team, because the trainer will not alone. So trainer will be have certain assistants, he will have certain team members, those who will be helping, there will be certain correspondence with the trainer, there might be the certain study material preparation from the trainer, and when we are talking about all these issues, then it becomes very important, that is the training team that affects the group process. Suppose the trainee, he wants to contact to the trainer before coming to the training program, and his team member who is corresponding with these trainees, and then he is having that particular positive approach, then definitely the training team, where that will be more and more effective, and if it will be training team is more effective, the trainees will be satisfied, and the group process, because before coming to the training program, trainee is having very positive opinion about the organizers, about that agency, about that trainer, that is no, he takes care personally, right. Sometimes we conduct a training program internationally, and therefore we help them to get the visa, that is if they have to get the visa and then maybe from developed countries, and then you are writing a letter, he asks for a letter from you, you giving a letter within time, and then they are producing, and their visa process becomes convenient. So then definitely they will be very thankful to trainer, and then they will say, yes, this trainer itself is very positive, he is very helpful and very prompt. So therefore in that case, that this type of the training team and training agency, that will help all these elements, that creates a group dynamics and makes the training more effective. So now I will like to talk the last slide, that is the stages of development of training program. So in training program we are having the preliminary, acquainting and the bartering, then the development, cohesion or consolidation, that is the whether they are having the attachment with each other or not, then there will be the dynamics, that is the what dynamics they are having, and then in training group the pre-training and then during the training. So in the pre-training, that is as I mentioned, that is their comforts are taken care of. If the comforts are taken care of, then they will be very happy, because the first and foremost is, that is how to reach, right, and what formalities are required, what documents are required, what essentials are there for attending the training program, which has been communicated to them, then definitely they will be having this type of the preliminary will be the smooth process. There will be the cohesion and the consolidation will be there. There will be the proper group dynamics among while attending the training programs, and finally, when you will conclude, when will you do the end and the finale, then in that case you will have, that is the in the finale you will have concluding, that is the training program is very effective. However, one more stage we can take, and that is the post training program. Any training program should not be the one time show. There should be the relationship between the trainer and trainee, and whenever the trainer or trainee they seek the any information or any knowledge sharing, or may not be the any particular purpose, but at least the good wishes they can share even after the training program. So, I wish that is the group dynamics in the training program will not be only the pre and during development and during concluding, but even after the training program there will be the cohesiveness and the well wishes amongst the trainers and trainees. Thank you.